Hey, what's up? It is DJ. Today we're taking our first look at the Millennial Farmer map by Mapper's Paradise at Celebuki. Once released, there'll be two versions of this map. The Millennial Farmer map will be PC only, and Lowry, Minnesota will be crossplay. These are the same maps, just with the branding removed to be able to get onto consoles. If you're watching this within the first few days of the video being out, the PC version is already with Giants, and the crossplay version might even be with Giants by the time you're watching this. Of course, this map is based on the very popular YouTuber Millennial Farmer. If you guys don't watch them, definitely check that out. Zach and his family are awesome. And Mapper's Paradise and Celebuki have done their best to capture what life could be like on their farm. So let's take a look at the map. Here is your PDA. One of the big things that may stand out to you guys if you played the map in Farming Simulator 19 is that the town is actually inside the map border. Now, they couldn't do what they did back in Farm Sim 19, putting it outside the border, so it is now within the map border. One of the really cool things is you can actually buy every single plot on this map, so 2 thumbs up there. In new farmer mode, we start off with 3 farmlands. We have 16, 10, and 8. And on here, 16 is going to be the main farm, as well as field number 1. Farmland number 10 is going to include field 4, and farmland number 8 is going to include field 23. There's going to be 2 fields of wheat and a field of corn, I believe. Durum wheat? Corn. That is definitely corn. However, yes, we do have a new field type on here. Durum wheat field type. A new field type. Durum wheat rye is also available on the map as well. As for everything else on the map, it is massive. However, the fields aren't too bad. Like farmland 27 here, field 14. That's only $937,000. Usually you would expect that to be a whole lot more. 866 there. Smaller field down here, field or farmland 19, 883,000. That's actually grass, so that you can do that and send everything down to the BGA. And our big field farmland 14, 802,000. Of course, 844 right here, which is probably one of the first fields that you will expand to if you're planning on playing on the map. For everything else, well, it's not too bad. There are quite a few points of interest around the map. It is a big fields map at the end of the day, so you're not going to find like this massive town area with a bunch of useless buildings or anything like that. Everything has a purpose, and, well, the fields are very large. And just remember, no trespassing. So let's hit the map tour. We are going to be starting right here on the main farm. We'll give you a little tour around. You've already seen above it. Then we're going to move down to here, which is going to be another farm, and then all the way around just like that. So we're going to kind of go down and then around clockwise, ending up in the town before we head straight back down the main road to the main farm. For this as well, we're also going to own every single bit of the land, just so it's a little bit easier to interact with. So then here we go. First things first, you'll be able to see this, a treasure hunt. Yes, Millennial Farms and Mapper's Paradise, they are known for their treasure. So there you go. They say go to Skull Island, and here you'll find the clue that you may need to find the money. We will not be going to Skull Island. I mean, we will, but I'm not going to spoil how to get out there. Not just yet. Over here, we've got our truck on PC. We will be getting the Millennial Farmer logo. I don't believe that's going to be included on the console version, again, because all the branding and stuff has to be removed. The main silo system is actually a production chain, which is super duper cool. And we've also got a truck over here, again, with the Millennial Farms logo on it, and a Wilson pace setter along towards the back. Now, these buildings should look familiar to you, as we have these as part of mods, and you should not need to have the mod pack in order to download the map. So no needed mods. Did that come across clearly? I hope so. We've got all the doors here, so you can open up those. And again, we got some starting equipment and ways in and out. Again, we've had the mods for these buildings for a while now, so none of this should be a surprise to you. We also have a place over here for, you guessed it, propane. We'll show you that in a little while as well. Coming along, we have 2 more buildings on this main farm. We've got a smaller building here where we can put like toys. So you could throw in here maybe some smaller tractors, or maybe you want to have some fun and throw some 4-wheelers in here, something like that. Race cars, whatever you want. Hey, you can throw them in here. Can we open that? Come on now. There we go. Some of the doors open with a touch buttons. Some of them just open up normally. So I'm not quite sure which ones are which. And then we've got a big old door right here again. one that should look very familiar to you guys. Coming in here is where you're going to find a lot of the equipment. Probably are very familiar with the inside layout of this building if you watch Zach on YouTube. Man, that front door's still coming up, ain't it? And really, at the end, that is our main farm. We're going to be talking about productions a little bit later, but I will give you a quick sneak peek. Right here, we have the silo system, which will make dried corn. Everything else is one in, one out. So that is the main farm. Let's make our way out towards the roads. We're going to come out here and we are going to crank a left. It is so nostalgic being back on this map. I hope that you guys are excited to be back on here as well. This was, I think, the final series that I did in Farming Simulator 19 before 22 was released, and I am planning on coming back over here. So this will definitely be the last series that we do on Farm Sim 22, I believe. This is your pig farms over here. You will be buying your little baby piggies, and we've got a couple buildings that may look familiar to you as well. So Farming Simulator 17 throwbacks on here, and then we've got a house. Now, if we come out of here, we crank a right and make our way down this road here. I'm going to go back a little bit faster, and we come around here towards the right-hand side. Here we have our animal dealer. As you can see, Lowry Fair. And there's something very interesting at the auction house. As we walk up, listen closely.
$39 now. 1 here, 41, 1, 1, 2, 2, 2, to get 3, to get out of 43, 4. We have 4.5, 3.5, 4. We have $44 and 3.5, to get $4 down, 4.5. We have 44.5, $1 and 45 now. Have $1 now, 6 here, 46 now. Have here, $7 and a half. We have 47.5, 80, $80,
You've got your very own auctioneer. How cool is that? Quick refresher, started at the main farm, went down here to the big farm, and then we came down here to the livestock, bell sell point, and animal dealer. Now, from here, we are going to be making our way over towards the biogas plant. Now, in Farming Simulator 19, we had a road down here, and if you come down here now in Farm Sim 22, you'll notice there is no road. Also, beware of cows. Is that the opposite of cattle tipping? I think so. Very, very funny. So in order to get over to the BGA, we have to follow our road system around and down. Most of you, like me, will probably just drive straight over there. So we're going to do that as well. Here's a cool little way to get out there. However, it is hidden. The entrance to the island is hidden. Again, I'm not going to show it to you here. It'll be wasteful. We'll have some fun with it later on. Down here, we got the BGA. Nothing too wild and crazy with this. Just a very, very normal BGA. Now, if we go from there up a little bit more, we have the sheep farm just right here. Now, of course, with this being the way this is, I believe we can delete some of this stuff. See, no, cannot delete that, and cannot delete that as well. Okay, so maybe we can't delete these buildings. I will talk to Blobby and see if there's anything else that we can delete on through there. But one of the other farms that you guys probably have played on before is this one, the cattle farm, which also has a farmhouse on here. So we will fly up, and you may see a few things on here that you remember from the Monette map, mainly the house. Oh yeah, the house is back. It is a working garage, so the garage door works. We got a rear door as well, and a way to go to the house there. Around here, it's kind of all over the place a little bit, but we've got our silo system. We've got some drive-through areas here for bigger equipment. A lot of this equipment here also has collisions, so most of it you can't just drive straight through. You can drive straight through this building, by the way. We've got our cattle barn here with a big, huge pasture around towards the outside, and then some more smaller buildings right over here. Again, when people are starting off in different modes, that is usually one that they start with instead of the main farm. Making our way up north end of this a little bit more, we have a seed silo. And this is not just any silo system, but it is actually the Clock Brothers Agriculture Services, which is very cool. In here, we can go in and actually get our seed. So if I drop down to the ground, by the way, all of these doors around towards the front open up. Look at that. How cool is that? It's so cool, man. Come around here and we can get lime, liquid fertilizer, seeds, herbicide, and solid fertilizer. And we can buy up to, I believe it's 1,000,000 liters of it. And after you've bought what you need, come over to the silo system and grab it. and you're good to go. Now, out from there, we do have a few little odds and ends that kind of make their way here. This area, though it is not used for anything right now, you can easily put down a smaller production chain, or maybe you guys want to put down something else, like a sell point inside of one of these bays. You can do that if you want to, because again, you can buy it. We own this land, so you can utilize this however you want. Plus, we've got some really cool models around here as well. Loving that. United States Bin Services. I don't think we call it bin services here, but there you go. And then here's our sign out front. Garage parts and service, scrapyard, scrap cars, non-runners wanted. We buy scrap metal. Now over here is a place where we can sell things. So wait, no, that's the sell point. This is just an area. But we can do a little bit of logging through here if you want to. The sell point around here, it's called sell point number 2, and it's just a generic sell point. We also have the Lowry beet and sugarcane distribution, so there is that. And we have the same thing around towards the front. Now, making our way across this road right at the top. With this takes us to the town, and in the town is where you're going to find most of the things that you want to interact with when it comes to sell points, when it comes to the train, for example. Yes, we do have a train on here. It is a short track, so the track starts right over here and, makes its way to right over there, actually. So the side of the map is just right over here. It really doesn't go very far, but it's enough to load the things up onto the train and get along with it. As you can see, again, not a lot of stuff up here, but there is a lot of open space, so you can utilize some larger equipment. Here at the gas station, you can pick up, of course, fuel for your vehicles, but you can also pick up propane here as well. Unfortunately, no propane accessories. So we have gas station there where we can buy fuel, but as well, as mentioned, we have gas station here. Now you can see silo system is buying. However, we own the silo system, and that's going to be where we deliver it. So you will bring up a tanker up here, but don't worry, there's tankers included with the map. If we go from left to right, the first thing that we see is the rent train spot. So this is going to be where you rent the train. It's just by a building, which is kind of nice. And we've got a place here, Junior's Barbecue. Hey, I wonder what Junior is selling today. Let's take a look. We have loaded pulled pork nachos. Ooh, that sounds good. Pulled pork sandwich, the piggyback, very nice. A hot dog, homemade coleslaw, Frito-Lay chips, and water and soda. It does look like Frito-Lay is a licensed brand, so that might not be allowed, but hey, we're playing on the PC version of the map right now, so it's not that big of a deal. Around towards here, of course, you can see right here, we have our silo system, and if we poke our head around towards the backhand side, we've got the full silo system here as well. So it is a full-fledged silo system. Hey, speaking of the train, there it goes. Actually, I could show you guys the train rocking through here, and we've got some more sell points, things like that, but the train just drives from one side to the other. So it's going to come all the way through here and then go off the map. It is quite rare to see the train, at least so I have found, but don't worry, the train's there. It exists. You're good to go. Now, that's the railroad storage silo there. We've got a few different sell points, bakery, sawmill area, shop area. We also have the dairy. We've got a grain sell point, and then we have the grain mill, which is a production chain. And of course, we have our vehicle sell point there as well. So lots of little odds and ends through here, little bits and bobs, which I am loving. We've got the waterway, which runs all the way from the main farm, all the way through here and under the map and comes out at the reservoir at the top. This is the area I was talking about where there's so much room. So if you want to put down some production chains or something like that, this should be a great area for you to do that. And that brings us to the shop. In here, we have one of the largest shops that we have in Farming Simulator 22. It was definitely one of the biggest ones in Farming Simulator 19 as well. So obviously in here we've got different little parts that you can buy, things like that. We've got decals on the wall, and in the middle we have a place where you can customize your own things, or AKA buy the things that you need, which is very nice. There are a few little areas here where we can go in, and if you guys want to do any role play, pretending like one player's a salesman or something like that, you can do that. You cannot open any of the doors that are shut. So if you see a shut door like this one right here, that is unable to be opened, and same thing for up top as well. Yes, there may be some doors up here, but you can't open them, so we're just going to jump down. However, there is one door that's an exception. This one right here. Open her up, and in here you will find an absolutely massive area. All of these big garage doors open, so come over to the control panel right on the left-hand side there. Open that door up, and it'll go right outside. We've got another, I believe, 2 over here. Yep. One at the back and one at the side. And then we have an area here where we can go over and work on any vehicles that we have brought in here. We've also got doors here. So if you need to come through the door, you can, because these garage doors only open from the inside. So you will have to come in through the people doors. I'm still going to call them people doors. I know they're man doors, but people doors. And there you go. That is the inside of your shop. Now, there's one thing to note about the shop itself. In Farming Simulator 19, when you would buy something, it would appear here in the shop. However, when you buy something, oh, there goes the train again. Maybe it comes by a little bit quicker than I thought. Whenever you buy things in Farm Sim 22, things will appear outside the main shop, up here just south of the entrance. So this is where all of your equipment will spawn whenever you are loading in. Now, from the main shop, which is where we were right there, we can make our way back down south again, and that brings us back to our main farm. So we would turn around from here, go across, hang a right, find ourselves our big old long dirt road right over there, which takes us right back to the main farm. And from there, really, that is your map tour of the map. It is a little bit more simplified, I think, from the Farming Simulator 19 version. I like it better. Everything's inside the map. It doesn't get weird or get confusing, nothing like that. And no, you cannot swim to the island. So good luck. Real quick, let's go over our starting equipment. So we have a John Deere 8RT410 and the 8R280. We also have 2 Millennial Farms trucks. We've got a John Deere X9 1100 and a Hardy Rubicon 9000. We also have the Millennial Farms pickup in 2017, 2 Millennial Farmer Pace Setters. We've got a big header, 45. We also have a C16F corn head, a big cultivator, seeder, John Deere planter, fertilizer spreader, and a single header trailer. As mentioned, Millennial Farms has its own category here as well. I doubt we're going to be seeing the Millennial Farms branded vehicles in the crossplay version. There is a chance, but I doubt it because the logos are copyrighted, so they won't be able to utilize those. However, you can utilize these. These are modded trailers, which also hold your propane and propane accessories. It's hard to get that out of my head. They'll hold milk, water, liquid fertilizer, herbicide, and propane. I've actually brought these through with normal vehicles, and they fill up perfectly fine. No issues whatsoever. And when you're done with that, you'll bring them right here. So let's showcase some productions, and I'm going to show you how to get our propane. Let's bring it around here up to Garrison's and fill up. Nice and easy. Just bought myself a blue truck and a brand new tanker, so these do not come base game with the map, so heads up through there. All we got to do is come around in here and then start filling up. We can fill up with that sweet, sweet propane. It's $1,000 per 1,000 liters, so that should make the math super duper easy, no matter what trailer you're using. $32,000, no surprise. It's not too long of a drive down to the main farm, but it will kind of seem like forever, especially because the map is just so big. We've already had to come down half the length of the map. So we'll come around, and instead of going to the silo, we bring the propane around towards the back. These tanks right here. Pull straight through, get the rear of the trailer lined up, and then unload. What that's going to do is bring our propane level for here up. And that is what you're going to need for dried corn. Now, let's say you're just using this as a standard silo system. So you want to take wheat, you want to activate it, and just set it to spawning. Just leave that right where it is. What that's going to do is whenever you put your wheat into the silo, it's going to go in and then go out. Let's showcase this. That is probably simple to most of you guys, but it's important to see it in action and see it happening. So we'll bring this around, and we are going to unload the wheat. So now, the wheat is being loaded in right here, and it's also being overloaded as well. So it is an incoming and outgoing product all at the same time. Pretty cool, right? Pretty cool indeed. But I've also got some canola in here as well. And let's say we want that just to be, I don't know, like a cheap in and out kind of thing, where we really don't care about it. We just want to get it in and be done with it. We should be able to set this to selling on the canola, flip over to the canola itself. I don't remember what button to hit. There we go. Put the canola in, and it's not going to sell it right away. But eventually, because it's a production chain, after a little bit of time, it should sell that for us without us having to worry about it. And it does. We made $77,933 because we sold it. So canola from here, set it to selling if you want to. But now it's all done, so there's no point to activate that again. And whenever you're ready to get anything out of here, for example, we've got our wheat in there. Well, just simply select it and move along. Now, what about that dried corn? Let's take some corn and overload that into here, and let's go up. So we have two inputs here. We have regular maize, and that's just going to be regular corn, or we can run dried corn, and we can activate that. And what that'll do is it'll actually, instead of going straight, well, it will be straight through because it's showing it as being available, but it's the full fill type. And now that we've got corn in there, we have dried corn enabled. Now it is going to take the propane and everything and turn that into dried corn. Again, all we got to do is fast forward a little bit of time, let's say a few hours. That'll work perfectly fine. And then we go back in here and we can see we have some dried corn. And it works very quickly as well, so you're not going to have to sit around for too long and wait on that. That is super duper awesome, and I absolutely love it so much. Can we get dried corn out of here, though? Doesn't look like we can. What'll hold dried corn? Probably not an auger wagon. So to get the dried corn out of here, you are going to need a regular tipper, which we will not be getting as part of the base game, but do not worry. Everything is cool, and it's all right, man. All you got to do is bring your regular tipper over here, and we will be able to get that dried corn out. See? Not a problem. Let's continue production chain talk. I know it kind of seemed like that was just a very fancy main farm silo, and in a way it is, but it's really nice that we could do all of that in one place. Now, coming along through here, oh yeah, we got to show you this as well. This is the Lowry, Minnesota Fire Department. Just real quick, this is a spot, I had it set aside for later, but we're here now. We may as well show it off. It's a fire station, man. It's kind of like the one that's going to be on the Alma, Missouri update, which may end up coming out before this map does. I figure it will. We have 4 bays around towards the inside and just a whole area to put your fire trucks. That was pretty cool. Oh, there's the train again. It's the 3rd time I've seen the train this video and the 4th time I've seen the train, period. Let's come around here. I've got a place marked, and we are going to be delivering this dried corn. But we're going to be buying this area first. So this is our grain mill. And if you've played on Alma, Missouri, from Celebuki, you may know, don't have enough money. Oh yeah, I don't, do I? No, I do. It's the Easy Dev Controls, or Easy Development Controls mod, if you guys are curious. Jump in here, let's bring it straight through, and we'll just unload our dried corn. Here we go. Into the bin it goes. And now let's come back down to production chains, because now we've got some more things that we could do. So if we put dried corn in, we could do fine corn flour, or we could do a regular corn flour if you have regular corn, which is totally cool. You can also do durum flour and rye flour, in addition to wheat, barley, oat, and sorghum. So all of those are doable. There we go. We've got it running. Let's see if we can get ourselves some fine corn flour. We are now loaded up with our fine corn flour, and this is going to take us to our next place, the bakery. A couple different places that we could take that, but yeah. The bakery is where we want to go, and it's really not too far away from here. Just a quick hop, skip, and a jump right over here. One thing to note as well, you can see we have bakery and shop. Well, if we bring up our map here, we could see right here we have bakery. But if I start activating some of these other things, we can also see that right beside that is shop. So if you're going to be pulling in here, make sure you don't drive over that or it's going to start selling things. That is a generic sell point, not a production point. So if you want to take these to your production point, make sure you're doing it the right way. There we go. All right. So we'll come around here and we'll take a look in here. Buy the bakery. Of course, I would like to buy the bakery. And we want to see what we can do with our new fine corn flour. Well, we can make a few things. Of course, we have our bread and we have our cake, but we have more things now too. We have sweet corn bread, which is going to take fine corn flour. It's also going to take butter and sugar. We can also make apple pie with quite a few different things, including apples, which is very cool. Pumpkin pie, of course, pumpkins. Cornbread is going to be taking a regular corn flour and butter. We also have pasta, which is going to be taking in our durum flour, and that's going to be making pasta. And then we have rye bread as well. So if we were to get butter and sugar, we could take what we've got here for our fine corn flour and make sweet corn bread. Yeah, but we're not going to do that. There's a couple more production chains up here to take a look at. Of course, we have our dairy. We buy this, and we'll take a look and see what we have for dairy. We have butter, cheese, and chocolate. So nothing wild and crazy. No new productions have been added to that. And then we have one more over here, the sawmill. So this is, again, right over by everybody else. And we'll see if we can buy that. I think I'm hitting the wrong button here. Where do I go? Oh, yeah. Right up here. All right. So we've got our wood sawmill, and we can make wood planks. And there's one other production chain way down here, the BGA. Yeah. Come along through here, purchase this. We've got it, and there we go. So we are all good. Ready to rock. Quick showcase of some sell points real fast, or tip places, I guess would be the best way to go. We have the railroad storage silo through there on the train as well as off the shop, which is a generic sell point, and the grain sell point, which again is also a generic sell point. We also have Glenwood, which is going to be that. We have the main silo down there. It's corn dryer. It's not showing as productions, though it is. Livestock bell sell point, and then way up here, we have the selling station number 2. If we pull up this real quick, we can see some of the places that we can sell things. For example, wheat, we would assume Glenwood, or on the way to the train station. Grain mill, which is our production point, and grain sell point. Silo system, again, that is your silo on the main farm. So we're going to be seeing that same thing through here with a lot of these. Some things you could sell everywhere, some things you can only sell at a few different places. So make sure that you're finding the right place to sell the right thing. A couple neat things though, they've included some placeables for you guys if you want to build some of your own areas. For example, we have the vehicle shop here. We also have a shed and another shed and another shed and another shed and another shed. There's so many sheds, man. Bunker silo for needing some silage. Seed shop if you want to put another one of those down. Another building right here with a workshop inside. 2 houses. We have Zach's house and we have a second one here as well, which, yes, can be colored. Wouldn't be Mapper's Paradise without their own production chain. So we have the dairy on the map. We have the bakery. We've also got the juice factory. Oh yeah, you will need to put one of these down because I don't believe there's one on the base. And then we also have the biogas plant. Big sell station if you want to put down a sell point. Custom greenhouse, which also includes those custom fruits. And of course, we've got some things like the cow pasture and sheep pasture included. In decorations, we have the entire second farm set of decorations on there. Plus, we even have fences out here as well, if you guys want to put some fences down. And as far as I can tell, that is it. That is everything that I can show you right now, wink wink, about the Millennial Farmer Map, aka Lowry, Minnesota. Thank you so much to Mapper's Paradise for sending this over. Thank you for the collaboration with them at Celebuki to be able to show you this ahead of time. Without them, this video would not have been possible. So big shouty outy to them. I am so excited. One of the biggest search terms on my channel is Millennial Farmer or Millennial Farmer NMMF. So I'm going to do my best to show you guys as much about this map as possible, do a short series on this before Farming Simulator 25 is released, have just the most fun possible with the Millennial Farms map. I'm sure there's something I missed. I'm sure there's something that I did not show. So what I need you to do in the comment section is let me know what else you want to see. What are some things that you want to know about this map? What are some things that you're curious about? Is there anything that you would have changed, maybe that you don't like? Hey, let us know down there as well. Critical criticism is very, very good. So thank you for hanging out. Thank you for watching. Thank you to Mappers Paradise and Celebuki. And thank you all. Have an awesome day. Running out of breath. We'll see you later.